What's up, Sushi Squad? We are back and forth, and today we're going to be talking about Luxien and his inventory. Yes, this event is still here. I do like all the colors that they have in the hub with all of this junk. What is this pointing to, by the way? This is the Chronicle mod. Oh, it's pointing to the Atlas. Of course it's pointing to the Atlas. That totally makes sense. I don't know. Okay, so let's check out Luxien's inventory. I haven't seen this today. And I guess it's good stuff. Generally, it's really expensive. Jeez. Okay. Well, let's run through these today, gamers. So there's the Energizing Rain Emblem. So what this is restores 20 energy to all nearby allies. Obviously, it's pretty useless comparatively to other emblems. You might want to get it just for the simple fact that it gives mastery. Also, there's probably, yeah, I was going to say there's probably quite a market for this just because people think that this is a valuable item because it is an emblem, and just generally speaking, it's... No, that's a pretty high flux value considering the Dragon Coin value. What's it like on console? Is it cheaper or is it more expensive? But anyways, then there's also going to end up being the Starry Schmeep mount, which this was actually a free login item way back in the day. It's pretty disgusting. I don't like whenever they end up doing these half and half things. It's just, I don't know. So we've got one side that's the darkness, which actually looks pretty cool, and then we got one side which is the light, and that looks pretty cool as well as an individual mount. But then when you combine them both, it just looks like it's duct taped together and kind of feels like a bit of a mess. It does have unique VFX for each footprint though, or hoof print, whatever, which is pretty cool. You know, I do like that. So I also noticed that the Starry Schmeep, it says, is tradable. Huh. I'm actually surprised that this isn't more valuable, but I guess people just consider this to be a more valuable item despite the fact that the Starry Schmeep actually costs more Dragon Coins. Then there's going to end up being this old event item, which is the Blizzard Behemoth. I don't know why, like, it's called Behemoth, but for some reason, every time I used to hear, like, British people pronounce this in, what was that show? There was a show called Robot Wars, like, a long, long time ago when I was a kid. Maybe it's still going, I don't know, but they would always say like Behemoth, and I was like, that's weird. It's just such different accent and way of pronouncing it. But anyways, 100 mastery out of this. It is an old event item, so you definitely want to get it if you haven't already. It does have really cool video effects and style to it. Generally speaking, I still wish that these things would flow a little bit better, like the butterfly mounts, rather than the fact that they just, like, it looks like they're really straining themselves to end up floating up. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's what I feel anyways. It just feels like this thing's surprisingly heavy rather than just being an actual flowing butterfly thing. But either way, it doesn't matter what I think. It still is going to end up being a pretty good event item. Now, this is a weird one because they always do scams like this with Luxien. The devs don't seem to realize that this this event boat used to actually come with the sail. And for whatever reason, they don't end up selling the sail with the boat. Like, frankly speaking, I think that this should come with the sail and the boat, like just both in one, especially considering it's 100 Dragon Coins each, which is ridiculous. Yeah, so this is going to end up being valuable, most of all, just because of that Dragon Coin price. So you might want to invest in this, but frankly speaking, you just invest in multiple of the Energizing Rain Emblem, and that's going to end up selling for more anyways. But the boat's going to end up looking like this. It is pretty big. It does kind of have history with Trove, which is kind of neat, I guess, because for those of you that don't remember, there used to actually be a giant ship over here in the hub. It was over in the air, and it was kind of to coincide with the geode area being added to the game, because technically speaking, this is a different planet, right? And so there was this big ship in the sky that you would end up going to, and then there was like an NPC, and he would be like, oh, hey, take this portal, and then they removed it. I don't know why. Frankly speaking, I like when they add more and more things to the hub. Oh, and then there's the Trovian Sail, which... Trovian Sail. This is a super old school item. That's the only reason you would want to get it. It's literally just a giant T. Nothing crazy about it. I guess that should show off the cannonballs as well with the ship, but it's like, nah, whatever. And then we're already on to the subliminary items, which these suck. You know, you don't need any of these. Well, I guess I shouldn't sound that harsh towards it. But anyways, there's going to be Luxian Style Stash. So when you open up your style section, you're going to notice like hats and weapons and so on and so forth. So in each of these specific categories, there's also subcategories. So you can see all of these: Jurassic, Pinata, so on and so forth, right? So what the Luxian Style Stash does is unlocks a random seasonal event Pinata or Luxian equipment style in any category. So it could be a gun, it could be a sword, it just... good luck getting something actually useful out of it. Generally speaking, you just use them because they give you like 1 mastery each. That's basically it. Then there's going to end up being the Streamer Dream box, the Streamer Dream 2 box, which these are a little bit more interesting. So there was once upon a time, you know, every now and then devs end up making these boxes, or should I say allies that are inside these boxes that are based off of streamers. And for some reason, they don't really have any like official items based off of YouTubers, which I don't really understand, because frankly speaking, I would say that the YouTube side of Trove is generally a little bit more popular than on Twitch, which, you know, makes sense because of the type of game that it is. I'm not dissing Twitch streamers or anything like that by any means, or the few of them that end up still playing Trove. But most of all, I'm just saying that it's very weird that the devs kind of started to make allies based off of really, really small time streamers, and then the other YouTubers for Trove never ended up getting any love. I was fortunate enough to be able to, you know, get this ally, the Playful Scytheling, but that's in the Streamer Dreambox 1. And even around that time, it was like, because my videos were so popular on YouTube, they just couldn't ignore me, even though all of these other allies are based off of Twitch streamers rather than people on YouTube. It's just a funny thing. I just find it very strange. There is, however, a mod pack that is based off of the YouTubers and accurate content creators, where they ended up making like a bunch of allies, a bunch of modders did it and stuff. I'd love to see that added into the game as a Streamer Dream 4 box or something. But anyways, you can end up getting all of these things, which, okay, cool, I don't know. None of these in particular are my favorite allies. I do like the banana guy, though, the plague guy, and I think this is poop. I don't know. But either way, there's all these different allies you can get out of it. Sorry for the rant there. But anyways, I just, yeah. So then we also got Golden Horde Dragon Souls. So these are kind of the most annoying thing if this is your first time seeing Luxian, because you can basically only buy 15 of these per visit, and Luxian's on a bi-weekly schedule, which means he's here this week, next week's Caruxian, and then the week after that is going to be Luxian once again. And again, you can only end up buying 15 of these Dragon Souls. So the good thing is that when you do end up consuming these Dragon Souls, you get tons and tons of mastery out of it, because you're going to progressively end up unlocking these different badges, which have different rewards. So a helmet, a Golden Horde Dragonling, which is actually a really good starting ally if you're just getting into the game, a Golden Horde Fledgling, which is going to be like the cookie cutter dragon, and so on and so forth. There's basically multiple mounts related to the Luxian dragon, which I've shown in other videos, but today we're going to just focus on the big boy one. That's not the big boy one. There he is. So this is going to end up being the fully maxed out dragon once you end up consuming 100 of his dragon souls, get all the mastery and stuff. And I mean, it's cool. Like, I like Luxian. I say this every time. I do appreciate this mount. Not to mention they haven't reused the fireball effects where it ends up having flux explode all over the place and stuff. They haven't reused that asset on another mount or anything yet. So I think that that's pretty cool. But yeah, anyways, I guess that's gonna do it, gamers. Thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. Smash like stuff for more. Buy the merch you want to support the channel. I gotta get a bunch of other videos edited and ready for you guys. I'll more than likely end up streaming Trove tomorrow, because I've been getting a hankering to doing some grinding, and I just haven't had the chance over this past week.